spend a little private time with one of the world's finest, most genial rock musicians, Brian May of Queen. He's in his 40s now, an undisputed superstar, and back in the spotlight with a new album, Back to the Light. It's been 5 years in the making. Despite the death of his friend, Freddie Mercury, Brian May will not, cannot, stop the music.
I'm still a kid. I still, you know, I mean, there's been times when it's been hard. But basically, I love the sound of the guitar, and I love making it. I love standing there making that noise. And it's just as much of a release for me now as it was when I was a kid. I asked for a guitar for my 7th birthday, and I woke up in the bed and it was at the bottom, and I can remember the feel and particularly the smell of this guitar, the sort of new varnishy smell, you know. And to me it was enormous. I could only just get my hands around it, although it was actually a pretty small guitar. I managed to figure out how you could make a pickup by winding some wire around some magnets. And I plugged the wires into my dad's radio, which he'd made. My dad made everything. He made our TV when there was no TV around in the neighbourhood, you know. He was a genius. So I plugged it into the radio and it made this incredible noise. I was very poor, and the thought of a Stratocaster was way out of my price range. So me and my dad took it into our hands to make the guitar, and this is it. And it took about 2 years, and we made it from all kinds of scraps and bits and pieces. This was a piece of a 100-year-old-ish fireplace, and it's got little knot holes in, and it's got wormholes, which I filled up with matchsticks, and we did all this with hand tools, and I just lovingly carved this out. And then this was a piece of a table, this central oak insert, which takes the strain of the body. This is block board around here, which I hollowed out. I think I was the first person ever to make an electric guitar that was designed to feed back. You know, I had already seen Jeff Beck on stage when I was doing this thing, you know, and he was holding his guitar like this in front of the amplifier and turning it around and getting different notes out of it. So I wanted my guitar to be a live instrument, which communicated with the air, if you like. So I don't know if we were clever or if we were lucky, but it did work, you know, it did make this, it did sing. It did sing, this guitar, and still does, thank God. Yeah, this is a piece of, one of those things that holds your saddlebag up on a bike. This is a piece of my mother's knitting needle. The springs which counteract the pull of the strings are from a motorbike. And this is a piece of mild steel which I carved out myself. None of this was available at the time. There weren't tremolos, so we designed our own. This rock's on a knife edge here. We designed a set of little rollers on this bridge so that the strings pass over them without any friction. And a lot of people have done it since.
And there are now expensive commercial copies of the guitar Brian and his dad made at home out of scrap.
I see a little silhouette of a man.
Many a good million-selling tune has been played on that old guitar. In the band it's known as the Fireplace, or the Red One. It's doubtless one of Brian's most treasured possessions.
Yeah, I sleep with this.
He was therefore alarmed to find the son telling him recently the Fireplace had disappeared, priceless, cherished and gone.
It's obviously very precious to me. We don't insure it because you couldn't replace the thing, you know, but we just take very good care of it.
Happily, it turned out the story was just a publicity stunt perpetrated for someone else's benefit. So the Fireplace roars on with a truly distinctive sound. But there's no secrecy about that technique.
I don't have much to hide, mate, really. No, I think things grow by sharing, and it's not a competition. It's the nice thing about guitar players. I don't find that really anybody feels very competitive. You know, really mostly we all enjoy the sound and we enjoy each other's playing.